welcome to Still Standing TV show. I'm your host, Nikyra McCann, and today we have Daishon Boyd. How are you doing today, Daishon?
I'm feeling quite well and procatutinous. How about yourself today?
I am doing great. Thank you for being here and sort of sharing your story, your wisdom, your knowledge. You're quite the young man to know. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be part of this opportunity, be able to talk with you and let you know anybody else who's willing to learn about the journey and everything that has gone on either in my life or just how I can relate to other people.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So let's just tell us a little bit about yourself. How was your life growing up? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
To start, I'm 22 years old. As of today, I'm, forgive me, stage frights, but was raised up by my father majority of the time. My mom was a bit in and out, but I got to know her as more I grew up.
Yeah.
For my, elementary school years, I really didn't communicate with a lot of people. I mostly stayed to myself, but I did have friends, notable friends. When I got to middle school, I did exceptionally well. I was able to get the American Legion Award, which helped me get to the Person of the Year magazine, and high school was everybody's high school. And then after that, I actually went to go serve in the United States Air Force for only about 8 months till I got honorably discharged and became an ordained minister ever since.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You are doing such great things. So let's just talk a little bit about how you became the Person of the Year in the Madison Magazine.
Absolutely. It all started back at my 8th grade graduation, where I won the American Legion Award, which goes to students. There was only 2 that won the whole school. Students who was well above and exceeded in their expectations for the standards for the, I forgot the word. They got the reward that was submitted through like a secret ballot from all the faculty members and whatnot. And my name was chosen and came to my surprise. And ever since that day, I got an interview with a reporter. There was 2 reporters. I forgot the name of the first one, but the second one, name was Pat Dillon, who wrote the article for me.
Wow.
Came to our house and interviewed us. We went to a community center in the Kennedy Heights. We also done another interview, and we got everything set up and mitigated for the magazine. And when the time came for the magazine, everything just went up from there.
Wow. Person of the Year. How does that feel to you?
I'm going to say it feels like a pride, but it's much more deep into that. It's like a responsibility, a sort, something that you have to uphold and live up to, not only just for the people around you, but also for yourself, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You want to make sacrifices. You want to make good choices. You want to make all of the responsible and difficult decisions. So be able to have that honor of being the Person of the Year and the one and only still to this day, and the first black face of the Madison Magazine, it's quite an experience. It's something that sticks to the back of my head and something that I have to remind myself of my potential. Because life, we all go through struggles. We all go through hardships. We also go through many blessings and many great benefits.
Well, that is just so awesome. Just for you to have that accomplishment, right? Yes. And it's like, you are somebody, right? Absolutely. No matter if you've had your hardships or whatever you go through, as you say, we all go through, you are somebody. That is magnificent to be the Person of the Year. As you said, that's a once in a lifetime chance. And that is just so awesome. So talk about the awards that you also receive.
The awards that I received, well, first and foremostly was the American Legion Award, as previously stated. It was essentially, as I already said, the Madison Magazine, that award actually came with a plaque that's hanging inside my home right now. It's more so like an interview about my struggles that was growing up as a young black kid at the time, but also the struggles of my father being a single father and him struggling with the disease or system of Usher syndrome. For my veteran, for the serving in the United States Air Force, the token, the Airman's coin, I got that from completed basic military training.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for your service and
Thank you for supporting us.
everything that you're doing. And definitely thank you to your father, right, for raising such an awesome young man, such a gentleman, right? So just thank you for everything that you're doing and everything that you're going to do, because it's only the beginning, right?
Absolutely.
You have so much more to accomplish, so much more that you have to get done in this world. And we're just happy to have you here today. And just please continue to watch. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Still Standing. I'm your host, Nikyra McCann. Today we've been talking to the awesome, amazing Daishon Boyd. Daishon, you've talked about your awards. You've talked about being the Person of the Year with the Madison Magazine 2014. That was just such awesome work, and I just thank you. So I just want to sort of talk about, like, what were some hardships or some things that you had to overcome in your life?
I would have to say the biggest hardship I have to overcome in any of my life still to this day is overcoming myself, what I think I could be or what I want to be, trying to find a difference between those two. Essentially, it's something that drives you within that keeps going forward. I have my many days where I just wanted to give up. I have my many days where I just wanted to just cry and bawl my eyes out. I have many days where I got angry. But just having that discipline in that mind and be able to know exactly what it is that you want to work for or what you need, most and foremostly, and having your priorities straight. That is what helped me get on the right track so I could better myself. And do all the years.
Yeah.
For specifics for my Person of the Year, it was more so at the time I was more so trying to live up to other people's reputation than I was at myself. I had to find that grounding for myself, like, is this who I really want to be just for me, not to impress people?
Yeah.
And that's essentially the biggest fight I had to battle. For the military, it was all about relearning and essentially trying to understand a new system in a way you thought didn't exist.
Yeah.
Essentially kind of like, for example, we called toilets latrines in the military. Beds, bunks will be clean, attention to detail, all that sort of stuff. It was kind of like the reprogramming of the mind and be able to take home that discipline and that mindset so it could help me kind of stay more focused and more organized with that, having that mindset help me progress in this, what we call civilian role.
Right. So I just have a question to that. How was it sort of adapting to another way of thinking and then coming back to your regular life with your family? Like, how was that sort of like transformation, right? To like back to just a normal lifestyle.
Absolutely. It was the most basic words I could put it. It was almost like a reality check. It's kind of like people don't really understand the way the military operates on the inside.
Yeah.
Essentially how we live on the outside in the world. It's in a way kind of like counterintuitive, but at the same time it's the same.
Yeah.
We wake up, we eat 3 square meals a day, we work out, we do everything we need to do, make sure we're battle ready. We're on the clock 24/7. Even we're on vacation or not, anything can happen at any point. That is our responsibility as airmen or whether you're Marines, which I originally wanted to go to, the Army, the Navy, the Space Force, even the Coast Guard. And yeah, it was a different mindset. It's a different way to think in. It kind of felt like you're an outcast coming back from that military life to the civilian life because you see things in a different way that you couldn't see things before. They gave you that teachings. They gave you that instruction. They gave you everything you needed to know to how to survive, but also how to live.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely seems like it changed your life, right? Life changing. Like, it gives you so much more wisdom, so much more knowledge to keep moving forth in life, right? And that's just so awesome. So awesome for you to have had that experience. So now that you're sort of back home with your family and doing different things like that, do you still sort of think back to where you were when you were serving? Do you do those memories just come to you?
Oh, I don't really cut you off, but all the time. They stick with me every single day.
Yeah.
Every single step I take. Not every single breath, but I try to keep that in mind. Like if I were to do this one way, how would the military do it?
Yeah.
If I were to try to accomplish attacks one way, how would the military do it?
Yeah.
How would essentially you do anything, kind of like military style or civilian style?
Yeah.
Having that discipline, how to organize. How would you organize your room to make it seem like a dorm room instead of like at home, or like it's kind of like an office space,
right?
And be able to take what I've learned and apply it into the real world, it benefited me, helped me a lot. It helped me learn to speak up more and use my diaphragm when I need to project something farther out. Say to the employees I work with, I'm an assistant manager for a women's fast fashion clothing store. If I need to get somebody's quick attention across the room, I learn how to project my voice more farther and more clearer. Not necessarily louder, but more stronger. And how to, keep a good walking pace just with, walking with friends. I don't really walk fast a lot, but it's good to stay with the group of friends you click.
Yeah. Just like staying sort of in tune with yourself and reality and everything like that is what I got from that.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Thank you for sharing. And we're going to be right back. We'll have more with Daishon Boyd. Welcome back to Still Standing TV show. I'm Nikyra McCann. I'm so glad that you have joined us today. We're here with Daishon Boyd. He's someone to definitely know and get to know, and he's just so awesome. Thank you for being here and sharing your story, your wisdom, your knowledge. It's definitely helping me. So thank you. So I just wanted to sort of speak to, what would you say to someone who's struggling? What would you say to someone who's low right now, or who's sad, or who's depressed? What would you say to them?
I would say don't be afraid to speak up. Sometimes, most of the time, it's not necessarily what you say, is who you say it to. Because sometimes you need the right person who has the right mindset to understand what you're going through. Not just that, and knows how you feel. Not somebody you could just vent to, who could probably just give you solutions. Solutions are always good. You need somebody who'll be able to fully comprehend the shoes that you walk in, or even take the shoe off your foot and be able to wear it and help you carry that load for a while. For those who believe, I would recommend that you keep on praying, that you talk to God. God's all about building a relationship. Not necessarily, what we get for other people, though that congregation is good. That personal, intimate relationship you have with God is one of the most strongest and most foundational things you could possess.
Yes.
It's the root of all of our souls. We are souls before we are human. We are human before we are any other title, whether it be a minister, whether it be a TV show host, whether it be serving in the Air Force. We're all part of the same unity.
Yes.
And essentially, for those who don't believe, I have to go back to the first point. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to search for something. You know, if that something doesn't feel right with you, and you don't like it to feel right with you, find something to change it. Easier said than done, but trust me, it's all right there. It's all right here.
Yes, absolutely, Daishon. Those were powerful words, right? And I just sort of think, so you're a minister.
Yes.
How long have you been a minister for?
I was first ordained into the Aaronic priesthood within the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I've been a priest a little bit over a year. I recently got ordained within the Universal Life Church for since June or July, 1 to 2 months, June. Yes, for about 6 months. I've been doing my ministry for a little bit over a year. If anybody's looking to get married, or anybody who needs testimonies, anybody who's looking to do anything dealing with ministry, I'll be able to help and provide that for them. My own spiritual journey has been, it's not easy. It's not simple. Nothing ever is. Just because I do keep God in my life, and to the best of my ability, doesn't mean, coming from a human standpoint, because I do have emotions, I don't necessarily always get along with God. He knows that. I know that. We set our differences aside. I talk, I communicate, I pray, I wait for the signs he showed me, I wait for his voice, I listen. I get taught, I comprehend, and then I try to put it to action whenever I can. There'll be sometimes where I can't even, talk about anything. He just knows. So I put that reliance upon him. And for people who are also, forgive me, and for the ministry, it's really cool where I could get to go out and be able to teach people what I know, not what they think they should know, but I know from my personal experience, my own footsteps, my own path, my own life. Anything that could build that more personal bond is the real key.
Absolutely. Thank you for those words, right? And just sort of getting built up by God to sort of persevere into life, to sort of keep going in life, right? And knowing that even when it seems like he's not there, he's always there, right?
Yes.
So that's so awesome. And did you say you're a priest?
Oh, yes.
Talk about that. That is so awesome.
Yes. When I first became a priest, I had to go through, I forgot the actual term for it, but essentially I wasn't able to drink coffee. I wasn't able to smoke or drink alcohol, do any of those harmful substances.
Yeah.
To make sure that I can be fully ordained with the title of the Aaronic priesthood within the church, so that I can be able to do my ministries, help people, and understand how the Mormons would do things, how they go on to the people, how they show their love. So once I understood how they do that, I got a feeling of how my walk with God should be. Until I got comfortable where I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go to the Universal Life Church. I want to minister onto the people my own way, in a way that relates to him. Not necessarily in a way that always talks about God, essentially, because again, not everybody believes in God. Not everybody is a Christian. I myself identify as a spiritualist. And be able to try to understand that, try to connect to people in all forms of aspects. It just reminds us that we're all human. So I try to look for that.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you are definitely the man to know, the man for the world to see. And you are the man of the year, a minister, a priest, wonderful things. Thank you for joining us here today, Daishon. And please just continue to watch. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Still Standing TV show. I'm Nikyra McCann, your host, and we are here with Daishon Boyd. Woo, such a powerful, inspirational young man. And you've talked about your awards, you've talked about being a priest, a minister, and your father was a single father. Thanks to your father, and for raising you to be such a bright young man. So we just want to go back to being the person of the year.
Yes. So
you were 14.
Yes.
How did you feel at 14 being sort of crowned this person of the year?
When it first came to me, I was so shocked at this opportunity even happening as a 14-year-old. I didn't expect nothing of it. I was so shocked when I won the American Legion Award. I remember specifically, I was sitting there in my band class performing for our graduation. I was the drummer. I was the bass drum, the snare drum, the whole drum kit. And they were just passing out awards. And I would just remember when they said the honor of the American Legion Award goes to, they said the first name, there was always one woman and one guy. I was obviously the guy. And when they said my name, I just stood there and shook in silence. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I had a lot of responsibility right then and there.
Yes.
I didn't think none of it, but I didn't know that single moment of me winning that American Legion Award could lead me to becoming the person of the year for Madison Magazine and becoming the front cover. And once I had the interview with that, during that original interview, my father did most of the talking because at the time I was shy, I was nervous. Yeah. I was still trying to focus on my speech because I used to be a very, very, very bad stutterer. Oh. And
what?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And
look at you today. Look at you. Go ahead.
Thank you. And knowing that I could be part of a bigger picture to help other people know that, like not all black kids are thieves or thugs. They just want to listen to trap music. They just want to, gangbang or do drugs, whatnot. I try to step out the molds it was not in my control. But for that moment to happen, it put me in control to kind of decide which fate I want to walk down path. Can I honor being the person of the year? Can I hold up to that responsibility? Can I walk down a different path? Or can I try to find something in the middle? And strangely, to understand life, I kind of walked down the middle, which led me to where I am today. To understand all sides of life, whether it be street life, not that I partook in the street life. I went to go try to understand it. But also, the ministry life, the God-fearing life, and just the human life and what it means.
Wow. And you spoke on the word responsibility with that magazine. And that's just so powerful, right? That you would even at 14 say like, whoa, I have this huge responsibility. And now years later, you're living up to it at 22, right? You're sort of still like, whoa, that happened to me. But now I'm 22. I know that I still have this big responsibility and I'm going to walk in it with the anointing, with the guidance of God, right?
Absolutely.
So that's just so powerful in itself. So how do you think sort of with you being 22 now, do you think it's made a difference in your life as to where you are now? Like, do you think thinking back, like, what if it never happened? You were just a regular 14-year-old, but now you're 22. Like, how does that make you feel now at 22, looking back on all that?
Me looking back on it, it's still thinking to this day. It still shocks me and surprises me to this very day. I'm just like, wow, this actually happened.
Yes.
Like, wow, this actually happened. I guess I call that my first major butterfly effect.
Yes.
Just the most smallest thing could change the course of life for somebody forever.
Yes.
It just, and that responsibility, it's, because I don't want to feel like as a word, oh, I got this, oh, I don't want to be like prideful in it.
Yeah.
I want to take it as a responsibility because there's not too many people in the world who actually wants to do, kind of, help people, kind of do what's right. Whatnot. Of course we do, you for one, and we have so many bad energy in the world, so many, I can't find the word, but I'm pretty sure you're able to understand.
Yeah.
So be able to hold that as a responsibility kind of motivate me, kind of like, do you really want to go down this dark path or do you want to try to uphold this light so that your future generations, whether it be my kids or whether the inheritance that I leave onto my future generation family, they have something to look back on, something to strive for, something to consider. And the friends, and I could have done it alone. I have friends, I have family who all supported me, who all cherish me, who all rooted for me. I thank them and I love them dearly for that.
Yes. I thank them. Thank you. Like, you have turned out to be such a powerful, amazing young man. And I'm so grateful that you're here and that you were able to share your story. And you're the man of the year, the man of the day, the man of the hour, the man of the minute, Daishon Boyd. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us on Still Standing. We'll see you next time.